Sit back, relax, and enjoy listening. Jill and the lawyer returned to the resort, finding RK sitting motionless on the sofa, lost in thought. Concerned, Jill asked the team what had happened. One member explained, he woke up early, sat there, refusing food and medicine, barely responding. He keeps saying he's fine. Jill's heart sank seeing RK, once their pillar, so broken. He quietly sat beside him, but RK didn't seem to notice. Reaching out, Jill placed his hand lightly on RK's shoulder and spoke softly, "Brother." Startled, RK finally turned his head, his blank eyes meeting Jill's. The emptiness in his gaze was unbearable, but Jill pushed through his emotions and continued, "Please, RK, eat something. If you don't eat and take care of yourself, how are we supposed to manage? I know this is hurting you deeply, but trust me, we're all feeling it too. Maybe not as much as you, but we understand." Jill's voice cracked, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. "Seeing you like this, it's killing us, brother. You're our leader, our RK. If you're in this condition, how are we supposed to stay strong? Please eat something. Everything will be fine. Trust me." The room was quiet, filled with sadness. RK sat still, his distant gaze confirming their worst fear. He was lost in darkness. Shoulders slumped, heads lowered, and hope seemed to drain from the room. Then, a faint voice broke the stillness. "I'm sorry, Jill. I'm sorry, everyone. This is all because of me." The sound was fragile yet powerful, like a single ray of sunlight piercing through heavy clouds. Faces lifted in shock and relief. It didn't matter what RK said. Just hearing his voice after days of silence sent a wave of hope through the room. Their leader had spoken, but as quickly as the moment came, RK's energy faded again, his eyes drifting back into thought. Sensing this, Jill urgently motioned for someone to bring food and medicine. When it arrived, Jill tried to feed RK, but he hesitated, his hands trembling with uncertainty. "I won't eat unless everyone eats first," RK said weakly but firmly. Understanding his resolve, the members took their plates and began eating with him. Only then did RK take a few bites before Jill gave him his medicine. The sedative took effect and RK slept. When the doctor arrived for a checkup, he was relieved to hear that RK had eaten and taken his medication. However, he cautioned, his stress levels are still extremely high, even in his sleep. If this continues, the medication will lose its effectiveness. He needs more than medicine. He needs stability. "What can we do to reduce his stress, doctor?" one of the members asked, their worry evident. The doctor replied, "Keep him engaged in normal activities. Don't let him sit idle or dwell on the incident. The more everything comes to a halt, the more it will reinforce the gravity of what's happened. Protect him from the media. They're making things worse. And avoid bringing up the incident unless necessary. Let his mind recover naturally." After the doctor left, a call came from their CEO, who wanted an update on the court proceedings. Jill explained everything, the 2-day extension they had secured and the lawyer's arguments. However, the CEO expressed concern. 2 days isn't much time, he said. "We're still missing critical footage. We've only managed to obtain video from 1 or 2 locations. One being the party, which the whole world already knows about, and another that isn't very relevant. We still don't have any close footage of the time or places where the incident is claimed to have occurred, especially from the hotel." Jill muttered under his breath, his voice heavy with frustration. "I can't even manage RK's health, and now there's this court case. And the media, they're only making things worse." The lawyer, who had been deep in thought, suddenly straightened, his eyes sparking with realization. "Wait, Jill, what did you just say?" Caught off guard, Jill frowned. "I said RK's health is getting worse, and the media is making it impossible to focus on anything else." The lawyer's expression shifted to one of determination. "That's it. That's our argument. RK's declining health, worsened by relentless media intrusion, makes it impossible for him to appear in court right now. We can use this to ask for time for him to recover and prepare." Jill blinked, the weight of the situation still pressing on him. But the lawyer's words started to make sense. "You mean, we can bring up the harm the media has done to him?" "Exactly," the lawyer replied, his voice firm yet empathetic. "We'll make the court see that this is not just about a man avoiding responsibility. This is about a man whose health is on the line because of unprecedented harassment. And only the court can order the media to back off. The CEO agreed with the plan. Secure more time from the court, he instructed. I'll keep working to gather the evidence we need. 2 days later, the courtroom was tense, the atmosphere thick with anticipation. The judge took his seat, his expression stern. He glanced at the empty chair meant for RK, then shifted his gaze to RK's lawyer. Judge asked RK's lawyer, Mr. Advocate, your client is absent. This court takes such matters seriously. If your client is not present to address these allegations, it raises doubts about his willingness to cooperate. Why is RK not here? RK's lawyer stood, his posture calm but firm. RK's lawyer answered, My lord, I completely understand the court's concerns. Let me assure you, this is not a case of unwillingness, but rather inability. RK's absence today is due to his deteriorating health, caused directly by the relentless pressure and invasive actions of the media. Opposition lawyer immediately raised the point. With due respect, my lord, this seems like an excuse. If RK is innocent as claimed, what prevents him from appearing today to defend himself? Surely, facing a court of law is less stressful than avoiding it. Judge asked RK's lawyer. The opposition raises a valid point. How does your client's health prevent him from fulfilling his legal obligations? The court cannot simply accept claims of stress without evidence. Lawyer answered, My lord, I understand the court's concerns. I have RK's medical reports confirming severe stress that impairs his ability to function. The media harassment has worsened his condition, hindering recovery. The reports are handed to the judge, who reviews them in silence. Opposition lawyer made his point. My lord, stress is no excuse. Many endure public scrutiny without avoiding court. Is this merely a delay tactic? If RK has nothing to hide, he should face the court. Lawyer answered, This is not about avoidance but survival. The media's intrusion has turned this case into a spectacle. We are not running away from accountability, but asking for fairness. We request a media restriction on his personal life to allow him some reprieve. After a few more heated arguments, the judge reviewed all the arguments and medical evidence, and finally said, This is indeed a challenging situation. The court recognizes the media's right to report, but also acknowledges the potential harm of unrestrained coverage. Based on the evidence presented, this court grants RK an extension of month, allowing him time to recover and prepare for a fair hearing. During this time, a court order will restrict the media from further intrusions into his personal life. However, let me be clear, this is the final extension. If RK fails to appear or provide enough evidence at the next hearing, the court will proceed accordingly,